We have a few speakers who will speak just for a few moments before we invite Jeremy, a few local people who want to express their support for Jeremy and why they're supporting him. The first of whom is Libby Mayfield, and I hope you'll give her a big warm welcome. She's a bit nervous. It's the first time she's spoken, I think, to such a big crowd. She's a young university student from Derby, so please give her a warm welcome, Libby Mayfield.
Hello. There's a lot of you, isn't there? I think it's fair to say I'm not very confident about speaking because I don't feel like I have much authority speaking about politics, but then I feel like a lot of people just know that we want change, but we don't know how to get it. And I can promise you from what I've learned in the past year, learning extensively about politics, is that Jeremy Corbyn is the change we want. I knew absolutely nothing about politics until last June 2015. And someone I knew went to the East Midlands hustings, and he came back and he said, I want to write a piece that is impartial about what I've just seen, but I feel like I can't be impartial. I feel like whatever I write will be sycophantic about Jeremy, because I was so encouraged by what he said. I was so inspired by everything he came out and said. And I think in that sentence, the energy that my friend told me about is like, that is what we're about. That is well, I hate to use the word momentum again, but that's the momentum that we're trying to build. And obviously, hopefully it's going to get him elected in 2020. But the most surprising thing I found about Jeremy was that this was a politician who cared more about us than about his own wallet. And that sounds ridiculous. I shouldn't be shocked by that. That should be normal. That should be average. Everyone should be doing that, but apparently not. We've already had some poetry today from Chris, and I feel like there's one poem I'd like to quote to you. I feel very odd doing that, but that sums up how I feel about how Jeremy is when he's been the leader of the Labour Party. And that's Rudyard Kipling's If. I'm sure a lot of you will be familiar with it. And I'm not going to give it you all, but it starts off something like this. If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you, if you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, and make allowance for their doubting too. If you can wait and not be tired of waiting, or being lied about, not dealing lies, or being hated, not give way to hating, nor look too good, nor talk too wise. Now, I'm not going to dip into comments about what suit he's wearing or whatever, because that's not relevant. What we care about is his policies and the way he's shown leadership over the past however long he's been leader. He has spent his whole life supporting us and fighting for us, and we now need to come together and show our support for him. I just want to finish with a point that came on the news this morning. Today, Jeremy's launched his Transport Tuesday campaign. I came all the way down from Edinburgh for this, because I've been working up there, and a return cost me £85. And that's like 2 weeks of living, because I'm a student. And there's one argument I could make here about the fact that students do not have enough money, thanks to governments cutting like everything for us, and also the ridiculous price of train fares. And then there was an hour-and-a-half delay. And I feel like this is just one of the many problems we experience on a day-to-day basis that Corbyn wants to fix for us. And I just want to keep up that energy that I first felt when I first heard about Corbyn. And just motivate that today and right through to help him win the leadership spot again, and then help us win in 2020. Thank you.
Brilliant. Thanks very much indeed, Libby. That was really great. Thank you very much. I've just been told to remind everybody about the RMT's campaign today about keeping the guard on the train. We've got some RMT colleagues here with us today. Let's give them a big cheer. A really important campaign. Lovely. And one of the consequences, frankly, of privatisation that we need to guard against, and why it's so important that we have a leader like Jeremy Corbyn who is committed to bringing the railways back into public ownership.